Love is that one thing that we all experience at some point or another. And it's that thing that when we lose it, it leaves a void, a black hole, something that you cannot refill with anything. I remember when I first got the news that my wife was pregnant. Man, I was nervous and confused, and I was so scared because I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I didn't really have a father in my life, so I didn't know how to relate to being a father. It was 2 weeks right after we got married, so it was kind of quick, so. I just knew that I was going to be that father, and she wanted to make sure that I was there, so she explained every single detail. You see, she's a nurse, and so I had to live through the details. Oh, he's a pinhead, and then he's a rice grain, and then he's a pea size. It wasn't until he was a mango that I started to really, really fall in love with him, because then she would come home and she'd say, oh, he was still all day, but now he's kicking. He's excited to see you. Come talk to your baby. And so I talked to him and didn't know what I was saying, but I just wanted to speak and sing. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. I can't sing for shit, but then she called me one day from the hospital. She said, my water broke. It was 5.5 months in, 22 weeks. And I had all these dreams of playing catch with my baby and taking him out to the park and just being a father. Now I had 1,001 questions as to, am I going to have a baby to play with? And she's like, please, don't make a fuss. Just come to the hospital. I rushed down there. And I looked at her and she was smiling at me as if nothing was the matter. She's like, trying to make me feel calm. And I'm like, what's going to happen here? She's like, I may actually have to be in this bed for the rest of the pregnancy. 3.5, 4.5 months. The doctor says that if I don't be in bed rest, the baby may not survive. You see, he was not big enough to be viable. So the next 48 hours, I stood there and I watched, and I hoped and I prayed, and she tried to keep me calm. She's laying up there and legs up and trying to keep me calm. She gave birth 48 hours later. He was the size of my palm. I had 20 minutes to watch him breathe. 20 minutes. I wish that my breath was inside of this baby. Why couldn't he stay in mommy's stomach for a little bit longer until he was viable? Why? Take my breath, let me go. Let him have life. But at least I had to goose that late golden egg. The doctors took the baby. I love you, baby. I love you.
Nelson-Singh, everybody. Ryan, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
It's a personal piece. Did it happen? I could tell. You did everything right in this piece. You gave us comedy, you gave us drama, and you showed us how precious life is and being in the moment. When you hit the word viable, I knew what the rest of the story was. And when you said I had only 20 minutes to love, I think that's a message you should let it settle in with everybody here tonight. What if you only had 20 minutes to love somebody? Great job.
Ryan, the eyes don't lie, and your eyes, I could feel what was happening. I could feel that shift, and you prepared the audience for that, and to me that was an incredible performance. I have nothing more to add.
You okay, Lou? You okay?
Yeah.
Take a breath.
Breathe. Yeah. Breathe. Breathe. Some water. Need some water. Good.
Looking real good in that vest, bro.
So when you first came on and you started your story, I just was smiling all the way. You just have a beautiful, beautiful smile. You know, I was writing notes from the last performer that was up, and then I looked up and there you were, such joy inside of you. And then you took us on a journey, and it went in a direction I didn't think that it was going to go in. But you know, I think that's what, as artists and performers, we're here to do, you know? Open ourselves up so that we can journey with you, so that we can feel something, so that we can experience whatever the performer is experiencing. And I think you did that. So thank you.
Yeah, I know you, so for me these notes are gonna go a little more personal. And like, you're just a friendly, happy guy, dude. Like, I don't know if you guys know Ryan Singh, but this guy comes every monologue slam when we had no lights and we put up his own light. He brings his light from home. This guy helps out with Shorts. He's helping the young actors create films. Like, every year he's been a part of that mentoring, so I know what it's like to like use comedy as like a crutch and to escape the pain, and I think you did a really good job of that. And for us, it was entertaining, or for you, it is a deterrent. And then when you got to the end, the reason why I know this piece worked for you is because we didn't want to clap. We weren't sure if it was over. We wanted to hear the rest. We just sit there in silence with you. We didn't know when the piece ended.
I have twins now.
Yeah, you're a kid. Hey man, if you know those vocals and vests, you're the coolest dad on the block, I'll tell you right now. But yeah, great work. And my only like tip for you, I guess, going on is like keep that vulnerability in the rest of your work as an actor moving on, man, for sure.
Thank you.
Good job, man.
Thanks, Ryan.